Never leave stuff important like your homework, your lines for a play, or anything dangerous. Well, this homework and lines aren't dangerous, but like dangerous items like knives, scissors, or anything that a child could get into, don't leave it in their reach because they can and will accidentally make mistakes like shred the homework or draw on it, mistaking it for scratch paper. It happens, but we all learn from mistakes. Not to leave the stuff out for our siblings. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and today in this video I'm going to share with you guys a story time about the time I accidentally left a set of lines I was doing for a play for my acting class out, and my sister grabbed them and she accidentally colored all over them with the highlighter. Oops. And that was my fault because I didn't think to move them out of her reach when she was little. So this is a story just to let you guys know, when you have like important papers like homework or lines for a play, keep them out of reach of your siblings, because you don't want your siblings accidentally shredding them, cutting them up, or accidentally coloring all over them, mistaking them for scratch paper. But it happens. And so please be careful and watch your important papers that you need, whether it's your resume, your homework, your lines for a school play. Just never leave any of that stuff out for your siblings to grab and color or shred them, because once they're messed up, they can't be fixed. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So this all started about 20 years ago. I was in the 4th grade. I was taking a local acting class for kids, and I was reading my lines for a play that I was doing, and it was for this play we were doing called Rumpelstiltskin. And I was reading my lines, and then I was practicing for weeks. Although I didn't have much of a big role, I was a narrator in the play, and so I keep narrating because I liked playing the narrator because I didn't like acting in front of people. And so, sorry, I got that screwed up. Anyway, so I keep reading my lines, and then I take a little break because I get a little headache. And little did I know was I leave my lines on the table that could be in reach of my sister. And my sister, I'm sure some of you guys remember my sister, Tessa. She was maybe about... What was she? She was old. She was about 3 years old. And so I had left my lines on the kitchen table, and that was in her reach. I didn't even know. Or was it on the coffee table? I think it was the coffee table, because that was in reach of where she could get my lines. And so she makes a mistake of grabbing my lines. I don't see this. I walk out of the room to talk to my mom because I think she wanted to talk to me about something. I don't remember what it was, but it was something she wanted to talk to me about, and I assume it was important because I was stopped in the middle of reading my lines. So we walk back in, and we see my sister, Tessa, accidentally coloring with a highlighter all over my lines, and my mom and I are like starting to kind of freak out, and we were like, no, don't, those are Mimi's lines. So when she was little, she called me Mimi because it was just her little nickname. So anyway, so I quickly grabbed the lines from Tessa, and I said, Tessa, don't color all over these. These are my lines. And she's like, I'm sorry. And she felt kind of bad. And luckily I was pretty nice about it. I said, that's okay, blah, 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 and blah, because I knew it was my fault because I left them in her reach where she could take them, and I felt super bad that I left them in her reach where she could take them, and she mistook it for scratch paper and colored all over them. Luckily it wasn't a Sharpie, or else I couldn't still read my lines. I was so glad that she colored it in. So I had like a huge scribble of highlighter all over my lines, and it was a yellow highlighter that she colored it with. But nonetheless, I still practiced my lines, and despite the fact there was a color of a highlighter all over it, which was pretty funny. funny, and I still look back at this and laugh, but I definitely learned from that mistake not to leave important papers out for little kids to get them. So the moral of the story is, when you have younger siblings and you're doing your homework, or like you have lines for a play that you're using, don't leave those items in reach of your siblings, because your siblings can and will accidentally mistake them for coloring paper, and they can and will color all over your lines and stuff, which is not really a good thing. Or if it's your homework or your homework instructions, don't leave them for your younger siblings, younger cousins to get, because they can and will wreck your homework, and you can and will get a bad grade on your homework. Hopefully your teacher will give you a set of new instructions if your siblings accidentally do color over your homework, but you just got to go over nicely with your siblings not to color over your homework or your lines or whatever you have that's important. So that was the story about how I accidentally left my lines out for my sister's reach. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this taught you to be careful not to leave important papers that your siblings can actually grab, because you don't want them accidentally coloring all over them and mistaking them for scratch paper. So keep that in mind. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos.